If you've been watching the channel over the last couple of months, then you will know that we've been taking a look at the latest Flat Earth documentary to hit YouTube, The Next Level. We've already dissected half of it, so there's only one thing left to do. We're going to finish it. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of today's video, YouGov. I have found a brilliant way to make a little bit of extra cash. And in today's times where prices just keep going up and up and up, that can only be good. With YouGov, you take online surveys to earn gift cards and get cash rewards. YouGov has surveys and polls on politics, pop culture, products and brands. I can give my opinion on topics that matter to me and get paid for it. And it's so easy. I take surveys when I'm waiting in line at the coffee shop, taking a break from writing, and even when I'm on the loo. There are some really great surveys on YouGov right now. One in which you guys might be interested in: measuring the Mandela effect, a poll to see just how much is misremembered. If you are a regular watcher of this channel, I'm sure you're going to have an opinion there. I'm using YouGov to get that little bit extra pocket change to treat the kids after school now that they've gone back since the summer holidays. Click the link in the description box to start making some extra money now. Right, back to today's video, which is the third instalment of our mega debunk, if you will, of the documentary The Next Level. A documentary which, let's be fair, flat earthers think is groundbreaking. Face breaking is more like it, with the amount of face palms you have to do. Let's pick it up as they start to discuss the arch nemesis of flat earthers. It's not me, it's NASA.
They come in and they're the gatekeepers for your minds. Like, they're making sure that people think that they live on a spinning ball, and that's their sole purpose.
Well, no, their sole purpose is to explore the secrets of the universe to benefit us all. That is it. At this point, they put together a little highlight reel here of all the things and all the little clips which they think NASA have messed up on. It's all been debunked before and it's a bit boring, so we'll move on to the genius talkers.
NASA is hiding the frickin' flatness of the Earth. Why? It's okay to say, I have a fisheye lens, right? Because yeah, fisheye lenses are useful. You know, you get more, in architecture, or, realtors use them. But when you're doing it too much and you're not really coming out and saying why, questions build up.
You've literally just said why. They've got a really big depth of field and they're super wide. You can see more. Space is big. The Earth is big. The more you can see, the better.
A fisheye lens was invented. So these space agencies had a heads up already.
Okay, but NASA has taken many, many images without fisheye lenses. Here's one. Here's another. And this one here of Bruce McCandless in front of Earth was taken with the standard Hasselblad camera with a 70mm lens.
And the fisheye lens was originally, I think, $27,000 to purchase. And this is in 1923. I mean, today that's about, what, 100 grand, 200 grand equivalent in cost? And people would tell me, Hitler, I'll give you that. NASA is a lying government entity, right?
NASA is in the pursuit of truth. It's a primarily scientific organisation. They publish their findings no matter what they will be. That is the bottom line.
But what about Red Bull? Red Bull is just an energy drink. And I saw Felix Baumgartner jump out of a space capsule. Flat Earthers did a great job of debunking that. Of course it's a fisheye lens, it's not even a question.
Well, yes it is, but that doesn't debunk anything. No one is using it as proof that the Earth is curved.
What most people don't know is that Neil deGrasse Tyson, the science priest of modern day, that everybody loves and they listen to him. Oh, he's so smart. Well, he is a smart man in the sense of he knows that we debunked the out of that.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, Felix Baumgartner, edge of space jump. Now, I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he's like, wow, he's in space, look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth. You just don't. That stuff is...
Unfortunately, sorry Neil, but you got this one a bit wrong. You can actually start to see the signs of curvature around 35,000 feet, which is around 10 kilometers up. Felix went up to 39 kilometers for his record-breaking jump. The curve of the Earth would most definitely have been detectable at that height. And let's remember, Felix himself said he saw the curve of the Earth.
Well, when I was standing outside that capsule, it was a very quiet and peaceful moment, you know. At that moment, you look at the world, it looks very fragile. You could see the curvature of the Earth.
So, sorry Neil, but I think you've got that one a bit wrong. Mr. Sensible's brilliant MAGE project managed to get to 38 kilometers, and this is the image it saw. Clearly detectable, and it was not a fisheye lens. Hang on, are the flat earthers now trying to use fisheye lenses to prove that it's flat? Look at this. It's curving up at the sides. Dear oh dear.
So we put so much pressure on Neil deGrasse Tyson to come clean. He had to. We exposed Felix Baumgartner. That's a complete fisheye lens. There's no curvature at all on this Earth, let alone they're trying to sell it as 23 miles up, there's curvature. Even though people will sit there and swear they saw curvature out of an airplane 10 miles high. Yeah, okay.
Yes, that is possible, unless you want to discount every single person who has actually seen it.
So your priest Neil deGrasse Tyson admits 23 miles up, no curve.
But he's wrong.
How do you feel about that? All right, maybe you say that's no big deal. Okay. Even though Felix Baumgartner himself said he could see the curvature of the Earth.
It's almost overwhelming. When you're standing there in a pressure suit, the only thing that you hear is yourself breathing. You can see the curvature of the Earth.
Let me guess. Felix is in on it?
You can see the sky is totally black. You can see the curvature of the Earth. You can see the curvature of the Earth.
You can see the curvature of the Earth.
That's 120,000 feet, 4 times higher than most passenger planes fly.
So that should make you go, right away, what's going on here? Who's lying?
We've established that Neil deGrasse Tyson was mistaken. No lying involved.
Right? But you don't think there's an agenda here? You don't think people are lying here? Fast forwarding to recently, Richard Branson, his Mr. Billionaire himself. So you go 63 miles up, you would all probably assume that, of course, you could see this giant curve of Earth. You're 63 miles up. Richard Branson supposedly goes up 63 miles, even though it's nothing but fisheye lens footage. We expose that. Here comes Neil deGrasse Tyson again, damage control time.
Well, 63 miles is certainly enough. That's over 100 kilometres. And remember, Mr. Sensible's MAGE weather balloon saw curvature about 38 kilometres.
Oh, by the way, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. Do you know how high up above the Earth he was?
No.
So if you take a
63 miles.
Oh, yeah, say right. So take a schoolroom globe, and that's how high above it is he? So he's about 2 millimeters above the surface of a schoolroom globe. So nobody has seen the curvature of the Earth from that height. I just want to make that clear.
I don't know why Neil is getting this so wrong and being so adamant about it as well. The great Mick West has actually debunked Neil here. I'll leave the link for that in the description.
You can't see the curve out of an airplane, right? 10 miles. You agree? I hope you agree so far. Okay. So 10 miles up, no curve. Red Bull 23 miles up, no curve. Branson 63 miles up, no curve. So where is this curve at that you swear by?
Those statements are false though. You cannot take the word of one guy, who was wrong by the way, and then claim that to be fact.
Because if you live on a ball, I don't care how big the ball is, it could be 4 times the size of what they told us, you would still see a physical curve at some point. That's what the horizon's supposed to be. That's how the sun is going. I mean, there's a curve of the Earth. All these theories involved with the curve of the Earth. get thrown out the window.
There are no theories about the curve of the Earth. It's a sphere. There is a curve. But again, oh, Santos is coming up. Looking forward to this.
We all know who our enemies are. They are called the Globalists, with their false idol that they give children on the teacher's table at kindergarten, the false globe of the global agenda.
People are just deceived. I mean, I grew up from kindergarten. Here's a globe. My kids, you know, they graduated from kindergarten and it was a freaking globe. They gave them a globe at graduation to take home like an inflatable beach ball. And I was looking at that thing going, oh my God.
We are taught that the Earth is a ball before we can talk.
Well, it's where we live. Why would you not do that?
In school, there's a globe in the class. One of the first worksheets we get is a sheet on the orbits of the planets and the sun. And I actually still remember that sheet. I did it, I got it right, I was so proud of myself.
At least you got something right, hey Dave.
When people hear about flat Earth, when I talk to them about it, they think it's the dumbest thing ever. They think I'm uneducated. They don't realize that they don't know what they're talking about. And people say, well, what about ships over the horizon? You explain that. What about sunsets? You explain that. What about seasons? You explain that. And then they throw their hands up and go, well, why does it matter? What difference does it make? I still have to go to work tomorrow. That's right where they want you. They want you working in your slave job. They want you obeying orders, doing what you're told, and living paycheck to paycheck, and just not realizing where you are. The truth is, we're not spinning out of control, lost in space, where an asteroid could take us out. They want us believing we're running out of fuel. They want us to believe we're running out of food, when anyone can go and get a seed, stick it into the ground, water will fall from the sky, and food will grow out of the ground.
Anyone can do that, Dave, can they? Anyone? How flippin' insensitive can you be? There are hundreds of millions of people who go hungry on this planet every single day. If it was as easy as you say it is, there wouldn't be an issue.
There is no shortage of water, food, space. Every American family could have a half an acre in Texas and the rest of the country would be empty. They're lying about everything.
Well, as long as you're all okay in America, hey Dave.
You let your kids get raised and taught by other people that you don't know what they're learning. Everybody's disconnected. There is no harmony or anything going on with human beings. We're all scattered, disconnected, and pretty much what they're doing with teaching us this whole lie about the Earth being a ball, and you're flying through outer space, and dinosaurs used to roam the Earth, and if these powerful beings could get wiped out by a comet, then what are we gonna do if a comet comes? We're done.
Dinosaurs had a brain the size of a tennis ball. We could do something, maybe, but we wouldn't be totally helpless.
So the heliocentric model not only manages to keep us all completely worthless floating amongst the stars in space, but it also keeps us in fear that we're either going to knock into something in the future, or there's going to be something that then bangs into us that causes some sort of horrendous collision and we're all going to die, or maybe, you know, some cartoon satellite has found another planet where there could be like flesh-eating monsters on there, and it's, you know, some sort of crazy that they throw down your face and try and say, you know, this is, as well as everything else that you're scared of, keeping your house, keeping your health, keeping your family together, there's also a chance as well that some rock may fall from the sky and kill you tomorrow.
Someone's been watching too many movies. But in all seriousness, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Anything could happen. I'll never understand this argument from flat earthers.
What's the circumference of the globe?
I have no idea.
How fast is it spinning at the equator?
Don't know.
How fast is it orbiting the sun?
Cody? You have glasses on. You should know this.
How fast is the sun moving?
Man, you're asking some questions I'm not ready to answer.
But see, this is the point. You guys laugh at flat Earth, but one, you don't know what flat Earth is, and worse is you don't even know what your own solar system is.
The regular person on the street does not know. That is a fair point. But there are plenty of people who do know that stuff and still laugh at flat Earth, so...
I settled on near infrared, like some of these cameras can be converted to near infrared, you know? So then I started taking photos, and since I was doing a lot of flying, I started going up, and boom. I was actually amazed to see the incredible flatness that you get from high altitude.
Let's just go back a bit there. Ooh, that looks a little bit curvy to me there at the edges.
Everywhere I looked, there was like clues that the Earth is flat. And I was like, this is blowing my mind. Everywhere I looked, the earth is flat. And as I was lying about the curvature, I said, something is eerily wrong over here, man. When I saw across the Gulf, right off the coast of Texas there in Louisiana, I was flying to Orlando, and I saw all the way out in the distance, and you could even see the rays of light at a different angle. That tripped me out. But if you really go up high, then you realize, oh my God, the Earth is extremely flat.
J-Tolomania has been debunked quite brilliantly by MC Toon and FTFE amongst others.
This would be impossible on a globe. There is no 8 inches per mile square.
The equation for curvature of 8 inches per mile squared has been debunked over and over again. The flat earthers with their P900s and their P1000 cameras are constantly seeing things way off beyond the supposed curvature of Earth.
In fact, many tests have been done with lasers, cameras, filming mountain ranges 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 miles into the horizon, which are visible and shouldn't be visible if we were living on a globe.
All of which has been explained and or debunked.
This is how much distance he covered with his camera, and he could see from here the Rocky Mountains. There you go.
No way he saw the Rocky Mountains from up in an aeroplane. What a shock.
There is no 8 inches per mile square.
There's no way you can see 500 miles on the other side of this ball. There's no buildings that are curving backwards. If point A to point B, you're on a ball, you know, they're not gonna be flat up and down like on our flat Earth. They're gonna be like this. There's no tilting. They've measured distances from the base of buildings to the top, level and flat.
Oh, really? The towers of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge are 41 millimeters further apart at the top than they are at the bottom.
People look out at the ocean and you see ships and stuff, and it appears like these ships and boats, they go down. And that is a huge factor as to why people think the Earth is round. You could buy a camera now that zooms times 100, and you could zoom in on these ships and boats leaving your view, your human eyeballs view, pull out a camera and zoom in on it, and suddenly you're back, it's on top of a level surface, still cruising.
But what about this ship? Or this one? Or what about this one? No amount of zooming are going to bring those back onto the surface.
So the limit of your vision is where the sky meets the ground due to perspective. As they come together, that's the limit of your vision. That's called our horizon. The horizon is optical. If you had a super zoom camera, you can zoom in and make this angular size bigger to reveal small objects that you couldn't see.
Okay, but that doesn't prove anything other than the fact that we can't see smaller objects. Right, I know I said this will be the final instalment, but next month there's going to be a bonus video with some of the last few minutes of the documentary, so look forward to that. For now though, we are all sorted, all done and dusted for another Flat Earth Friday. It has truly been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave the link for the first 2 parts of this debunking in the description. If you haven't seen them yet, you can check those out. Then you can watch them all in a row. And as I said before, at the end of all this, I'll do a giant supercut of all 4 videos debunking this documentary, and I'll make sure that it's visible, or try and make sure that it's visible before the documentary itself when it's searched on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, it truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it today, hit that like button and please do consider subscribing too. We're very close to 450,000. Just enough time to once again thank YouGov for sponsoring today. If you want to earn some extra money for whatever you want, click the link in the description. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday for some more tinfoil fun. See you then.